Welcome to Baseball America's Quick Hits. I'm Carlos Colazo. Today we're talking Corbin Carroll, who maybe has a little bit more power than you're expecting. Here to break Carroll down with me is Geoff Pontes, our prospect expert. Geoff, Corbin Carroll is one of our top prospects. He's going to be playing a big factor on the Major League team this season. What can we expect of Carroll in 2023?
Yeah, I think this guy is a potential Rookie of the Year candidate, probably the Rookie of the Year frontrunner in the National League. It's a great all-around skill set. It's a guy who makes a lot of contact. There's some power there. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Really good plate approach. He's a top-of-the-scale 80 runner, as we saw in the Major Leagues last year during that 32-game debut. And can play center field every day. Really, the only question is it's sort of a below-average to fringe-average arm. Mm-hmm. But with all the rest of the skills, I don't think that's an issue. We've seen plenty of center fielders that have fringe average or worse arms over the years.
Yeah, I remember seeing Carroll back in high school, and what really stood out to me was just his ability to control the strike zone. He just had a very polished approach at that time. Tell me a little bit about his pathway, where he came from originally, and how he's changed to where he is today.
Sure. Well, he was the January cover boy of Baseball America, so that's recent. That's something he has going for him. Prior to that, 15th overall pick in the 2019 draft. I think some folks felt that he probably should have gone a little bit higher. There was some debate around that pick. Of course, debuted in 2019 post-draft, limited pro experience, missed 2020, then 2021 disaster strikes. Second week of the season was within sort of that first few games of the season stretch in 2021. Hits a home run, rips up his shoulder on the swing, ends up missing the remainder of the season, then returns in 2022, and we sort of saw, what he was capable of. Hit 307, 425, 610, 24 tanks, 31 stolen bases, and then, ends up playing his way up to the major leagues, gets 32 games with the Diamondbacks where he impressed.
So we got a little bit of a taste of his production, but you're very high on the power. Tell me why you're so high on his power, and what's the overall scouting report for Carroll?
Sure. If we look at the bigger sample size of the minor league season, granted he played in two great home parks in Amarillo and Reno, two of the better offensive environments in the minor leagues. But if we put that to the side, we look at what the overall exit velocity numbers were, particularly that 90th percentile exit velocity, which is measuring the top 10% of your batted balls in play. So it's your high-end batted balls, not as many misreads as max exit velocity, of course. So it gives us a really good idea of when this guy gets into his top-of-the-scale power, how much damage does he do? He had a 106 mile per hour. That's like a plus grade. That's a number that's typically reserved for some of the better power hitters in the game. I think this guy has bat speed. He's got barrel control, left-handed hitter. I think this is the type of hitter that can potentially grow into more power despite sort of the diminutive frame. We're familiar with guys like this. You look at a Mookie Betts, it's sort of the same thing. Barrel control, a lot of bat speed, and the ability to just backspin baseballs. And I think that Corbin Carroll is going to do that. I think he's going to sort of outproduce what the exit velocity and some of the power metrics were in a small 32-game sample size of the major leagues at the end of last season.
Well, there you have it, D-backs fans. A Mookie Betts comp. That should get you excited if you weren't already excited about Corbin Carroll. That was Geoff Pontes breaking him down. I'm Carlos Colazo. Thanks for watching Quick Hits, everybody.